What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Charlie Pham, and I built an Amazon FBA business that generates $16 million a year in sales. After scaling it to crazy numbers, I exited the business for multiple seven figures, and now I'm here to share everything I've learned with you. Today, we're diving into one of the most common questions I get. Charlie, should I start with Amazon FBA or dropshipping? Both have their pros and cons, and both can be incredibly profitable if done right. But the key is understanding which model aligns with your goals, budget, and skills. By the end of this video, you have a clear picture of which business model is best for you and why. Plus, I explain why Amazon FBA private label is not just a business model. It's a way to build a real sustainable brand. So grab a coffee, take some notes, and let's get into it. Let's kick things off with dropshipping. It's one of the most popular ways to start an online business because you don't need to buy any inventory up front. But I do not think this method is sustainable long term, and I'm not a fan. Here's how it works. I'm not biased, but just let's get into it. First, you set up a storefront, often on Shopify or on another platform. A customer places an order, and that order gets sent to your supplier, usually from a platform like AliExpress. The supplier ships the product directly to the customer. Sounds simple, right? But let me tell you, it's not all sunshine and rainbow. Here are a few challenges you need to know about dropshipping. The shipping time are pretty much painfully long most of the time. Since most suppliers are overseas, customers often have to wait 1 to 3 weeks for their orders. That's a major disadvantage in today's, rapid, high demand, quick satisfaction, instant gratification world where everyone expects next day delivery, and pretty much customers are trained by Amazon to get their products like the next day as soon as possible. Number two, you're selling a lot of generic products. With dropshipping, you're not building a brand. You're usually selling generic, unbranded product that anyone else can sell. This means there's little to no customer loyalty, and you're always at risk of being undercut by someone else offering the exact same product for a lower price. If you have no brand, the level of trust and goodwill is not there, so your customer might never come back and buy from you again. Now, number three, you definitely have to spend big on ads. Dropshipping relies heavily on advertising. Facebook ads, Instagram ad, TikTok ad, Google ad, influencer, shout out, all of this costs money. And if your ads don't perform, you're losing money fast. So if you are not an expert in running ads, you will fail miserably. All right, the last one, it's hard to build trust. Think about it. When was the last time? Think about it. So it's hard to build trust. When was the last time? Think about this. You bought something from a random website you never heard of, convincing people to trust your store when it's brand new, and it's really an uphill battle. Building trust requires creating a shopping experience, and this requires you to put time and effort in putting quality brand together. The last thing, trendy product pretty much dies very quickly. Most dropshipping business rely on viral or trendy products. While these can generate quick cash, the hype doesn't last. You're left scrambling to find the next big things, making it hard to build a sustainable, stable, long-term business. Now, what about Amazon private label? What about that? Now let's talk Amazon FBA private label, the business model that helped me scale to $16 million in years, and ultimately I was able to sell this business for multiple seven figures. Here's how it worked. You buy product in bulk from a supplier, often through Alibaba. You create your own brand by customizing the product and putting it on your packaging, your logo, on the product, and you do a lot of customization, improvement to the product, as well as designing a nice looking packaging. You then send your inventory to Amazon's warehouse, and they handle the rest: the storage, shipping, and even customer service. Here's why I believe private label is a better model than dropshipping. You're building a brand. With Amazon FBA private label, you're not just selling product, you're creating an asset. Your brand becomes something people recognize and trust. This means you can build customer loyalty, charge premium prices, and even expand your product line under the same brand name. Think about it. If you sell a generic product through dropshipping, your customers don't know or care who you are, but with private label, you're creating lasting impression and building equity in your business. Fast shipping with Amazon Prime service customers pretty much can guaranteed getting their orders within the 1 to 3 days, 1 to 2 day shipping time. This gives you a huge advantage over dropshipping, where customers are waiting weeks for their products. Your branded customer experience is already good on the first impression. First impression is everything. Another thing is you built in trust and traffic. Over 300 million people shop on Amazon every single day. And when you sell on Amazon, you're tapping into their built-in trust system and massive customer database. You don't need to beg people to visit your store. They're already on Amazon searching for product like yours to buy. Also on Amazon, it's pretty much hands-off fulfillment. Amazon handles the heavy lifting, storing your inventory, packing orders, and processing return. Imagine selling hundreds of units a day and having to pack us without having to pack a single box. With Amazon FBA, you can pretty much focus on just growing your business instead of getting bogged down by logistics. I remember when I had to pack 1,000 orders and then put it onto my car, this white Honda Accord that I had, and then driving it to a post office to drop it off every day. And I was doing this pretty much every day, every week, and it was a hassle. The last thing, I think this is very important, it allows you to focus on what is important, and you get to just focus on product improvement, customer experience, and generating more sales, because Amazon already handles all the legwork, the hard stuff, shipping, packing, logistics, customer service. They handle all that. So let's get to the next part of our discussion, which is about what are the pros and cons of dropshipping versus Amazon FBA. So let's break down side by side the pros and cons of dropshipping versus Amazon FBA private label. So dropshipping, low startup costs, you don't have to buy inventory to start. It's quick to test new products. There's no brand equity. You're selling generic product. It has long shipping time, but it's heavily reliant on ads. On the other hand, Amazon FBA has higher upfront costs because you're buying inventory. It has faster shipping because you're tapping into Amazon's Prime network. And then there's, you build a real brand that a customer recognizes and trusts. And of course, there's massive access to already customers on Amazon. You already got customers on Amazon, 300 plus million people already buying on Amazon. So you're tapping into that. It's hands-off. Fulfillment is done by Amazon, and they handle all that logistics. You don't have to worry about anything. And of course, just the most important thing here is dropshipping. You have a very low margin. So there's not a lot of margin to be made because you're spending so much money on ads. You're paying extra fees to the suppliers because the supplier's not going to give you a discount on the product. And versus Amazon, where you have higher margin, you're selling your own product. You're buying the product really cheap at cost. Probably let's say you buy something for $1, you're selling it for $10 or $15. So there's a lot of margin you can play with. For me, Amazon FBA private label was pretty much the obvious choice. Yes, it will require more upfront investment, but the long-term potential is really unmatched. With FBA, you're not just making money today, you're building real sellable asset, like how I sold my first business for 7-figure. Dropshipping, on the other hand, feels like a treadmill. You're chasing constantly trends, dealing with customer complaint about shipping time, competing on price for generic products. With private label, you're creating something unique, sustainable, and scalable. When I built my Amazon FBA business, I wasn't just selling a product. I was building a brand that's allowed me to scale to $16 million a year and eventually sell the business for multiple 7 figures. You can't do that with dropshipping. Is dropshipping dead? Now you might hear people say that all the time, dropshipping is dead. While that might not be entirely true, it's definitely not easy as it used to be. The competition is fierce and the days of quick, easy money are mostly gone. Amazon FBA, on the other hand, continue to grow. Every year, more customers shop on Amazon and more countries are becoming a part of Amazon fulfillment network. There's already more than 20 countries and you can deliver to over 100 countries right now. And the opportunities for private label seller keep expanding. If you're serious about building a long-term sustainable business, FBA private label brand is the way to go. So here's my final thought. Which business model is right for you? If you're looking for a low-cost, quick way to experiment with e-commerce, dropshipping might be a good starting point. But if you're ready to invest in something bigger, something that can be sustainable, long-term, something that can grow, Amazon FBA private label is the clear winner. I hope this breakdown helped you decide which path to take. Remember, the choice is yours. But for me, the answer was obvious. Build a brand, build a business, scale with Amazon FBA. If you want to learn more, check out my other videos and resources. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.